What's up, guys? It's your boy JD, aka Super Abstract, bringing you the one and only tier list that you need for Eternal Return. But before we get into the tier list, I just want to thank you guys so much for all the support recently. We are so close to hitting our first milestone of 100 subscribers here on YouTube. So if you love the content and you want to continue seeing more of it, please down below hit that like button, smash that subscribe button and the little bell next to it. That way you get notified whenever we drop brand new videos. And with that being said, we are now going to list every Eternal Return character from a scale from S tier to bottom D tier on how many drinks will it take to get them drunk? And I think this one goes without being said. We're going to start off with the girl, Lee Dailin. Where is she? Lee Dailin over here. She's S tier. Her passive already makes it so she's drinking all the time. Her alcohol tolerance is probably beyond that of a normal human being. Like, I just don't, there's no reason to not. Actually, we need a God tier. Is there a God tier? Because Lee Dailin would be in God tier right there. Next up, Jackie. Jackie, I think we're going to place in like A tier because she is a serial killer, right? Serial killers have extremely high tolerance to pain and all like just everything that makes a serial killer. I don't want to put her in the same bracket as Lee Dailin because, you know, Lee Dailin whole purpose is drinking. So she's definitely not up there, but I think Jackie is a good step below Lee Dailin. So we're going to put her in A tier. Aya, on the other hand, surprisingly, this is going to be a surprising pick, guys. This is going to be a surprising pick because Aya, I believe, is A tier. She can handle her drink. She is a police officer, which means most of the time after a shift is done, she is going to the bar with her fellow police officers and chugging down a cold one. I believe that it would take Aya roughly like 8 to 9 drinks, solid drinks, before she starts feeling a little tipsy. And this is for that reason alone, I'm going to put her in A tier. What do we got next? Hyunwoo. Controversial again. This is going to be a little controversial. I'm going to go C. I believe Hyunwoo looks like a badass, acts like a badass. Everything about him has that like swag to him. But when he goes to a party and he has one fruity drink, I believe he's already feeling tipsy. 2 to 3 fruity drinks is where he caps his limit. And right there, for that reason alone, I'm putting him in C tier. I don't think he can go any higher, honestly. I don't believe putting Hyunwoo any higher than C tier is gonna work out for him. I truly don't. I truly don't. Magnus. Okay. Magnus, I don't believe he's A tier. I believe he's normal. I believe he's a normal human being where if he has like 6 to 7 drinks, he's gonna start feeling it. So for that reason, we're gonna put him in the normal. We're gonna put him in B tier right here, where that's where like the normal human being would be, if they were, you know, drinking. Let's just say for the sake of this argument, hard liquor. So he's drinking like good rum and cokes, good old fashions, you know, like this kind of stuff right here. If he has like 5, 6 to 7, like the 5 to 7 range, I believe that's where we're gonna get him the most drunk. And for that reason, we're putting him in B tier. Fiora's going down to C. Fiora definitely in C tier solely because her body mass is so small. She's so petite that one could even argue, I can even argue putting her in D tier because of that. It's pure science. The smaller you are, the easier you are to get drunk. And I think, I think because she's used to drinking sake, this is just me throwing this out, that we can actually bump her up to C tier. C tier being like 2 to 3 drinks. You know what I mean? And I think here is where we're going to really see her hit that limit before she actually is completely obliterated. And which then hopefully someone can get her home safely, because that's what we care about, is safety. Zahir. I don't know much about Zahir. So like, from what I see, he's a magic user, and I'm assuming with being a magic user, you have certain abilities to help manipulate like the chakra inside of yourself, which means I'm gonna have to put him at a B tier. his drinking ability is unknown. We don't know whether or not he can handle a drink. He also does have the body mass of like a normal human being. But I'm assuming I'm putting into this what I'm assuming. But with his magic powers, I believe he will be able to handle a little more liquor than like Hyunwoo or Fiora, and that for that reason we're gonna put him in B tier with normal people. Next up, Hart. Hart's down here. Hart's D tier. Hart. Well, actually, come to think about it, we're gonna retract that statement. I'm actually gonna bump her up to B tier. She is a rock star. She does play the guitar a lot, which means she's used to partying with the big boys. Now, I'm not saying that because she's partying with the big boys, she can handle her liquor. I'm just saying that since she parties with the big boys, since she's a rock star, she can handle her liquor better than most. So for that reason, we're actually gonna bump her up from D to B tier to give her that normalcy, that normal liquor tolerance. Because I believe with all the partying she's done as a rock star, she will be able to handle her liquor at par or a little above a normal person. Right here, B is going to be your normal, like 4 to 5 drinks, 4, 5, 6. And then up here we got 6 to 7, 8. And then God tier is you can just drink all night and you're fine, right? Who's next? We got Asol. Oh, man. This is where, like, I want to put him in B, but I think because he is a guerrilla fighter, I'm just ballparking here. Because he is a guerrilla fighter, he's been in a lot of wars where he's had to hide himself and put himself in stressful situations, meaning that his drinking ability is most likely higher than a normal person. I'm not putting him in God tier because we all know Lee Dailin is unmatched when it comes to that, but definitely A tier for Asol, because I'm really assuming that his liquor tolerance is higher because of all the stressful situations he's been put in his life, having to hide, using his invisibility move to like hide from stressful situations, hide from big gunfights, that kind of thing. Kind of puts a little strain on your head. So I believe with that being said, he's got a little higher tolerance than the normal human being. Yuki D tier. This is not even any question about it. Yuki is by far D tier when it comes down to drinking and his liquor tolerance. Now, Yuki is my favorite player by far, but this man is a goody two shoes. He is the clean cut, got my schoolboy outfit on. He is completely the goody two shoes of Eternal Return Black Survival. And for that reason, I don't think he's ever had a drink in his life. So for that, I'm going to put him in D tier because I'm sure if you give him like a Shirley Temple, he's going to be walking around a Chili's, stumbling, fumbling, tripping up. And like it is, I feel like you can take a shot and like accidentally like cough, and like the smell would travel to his nose and he would get drunk just from that. I'm only putting him in D tier because I don't have an F tier. If I had put an F tier, he would definitely be down here in F tier because Yuki, I'm 100% positive, cannot handle his liquor for the life of him. There's no possible way that he can. And maybe we don't know his secret life. Maybe we don't know his home life. Maybe at home he like sneaks a little drink here and there. But even then, I believe that did not build up his tolerance enough to the point to bump him up to C tier. He's definitely a D tier native, and probably the only person. Well, I'm not gonna say the only person. There's another surprising pick on this that you guys will see that I'm probably gonna put in D tier. Next up, we've already got Lee Dailin. We got Yuki. Hyejin, I feel like is kind of in the same role as Zahir, where she might be able to use her dark magic to be able to handle like just a little bit more liquor and dilute the alcohol once it goes into her system. But I don't want to put her in a normal person spot, so I'm going to put her just below normal tier, which we're going to put her in the C tier. I don't believe she can handle her liquor. I truly don't. She has a lot of dark arts surrounding her. And I believe for that reason, it's kind of like Blackbeard from One Piece, where like, yeah, he does a lot of damage because of the darkness within him, but he also in return takes more damage. And I think that's kind of the situation here that we have with Hyejin, where all the magic that she has is actually helping her, but at the same time, it's her crutch. So we're not going to put her in the normal tier spot where you would put a normal person. I believe she can take like three shots, 2 shots at most, and 3 alcoholic beverages at the most, and Hyejin is done for. Now, guys, I know I said Lee Dailin is unmatched. She's unmatched. There's no possible way for anyone to drink at the tier that is Lee Dailin. Now, if we had a triple S class, Lee Dailin would be up there. God tier, Lee Dailin. But Xiu Kai, right here, I have to put him in S tier. Like he's nowhere near Lee Dailin, but he's also better than A tier drinkers. This man has the body weight to go with him. His passive helps him make better food. Those kind of things. Like with all those little pieces together, we all know Xiu Kai can handle his liquor. I don't believe Xiu Kai has ever been drunk in his entire life. Tipsy, maybe. But drunk, not at all. I believe this man handles his liquor so well that really the only person that can outdrink him is Lee Dailin. And that's because Lee Dailin is God when it comes down to drinking. But Xiu Kai loves his sake. So for that reason, we're going to put him in S tier alongside Lee Dailin. I wish I could put like a space, because there's definitely some separation between Lee Dailin and Xiu Kai when it comes down to drinking. Now, Sissela. Where I'm stuck between C and D here. Because she's still hospitalized. Like you can't not like remember, like think about that fact. She's still hospitalized. She still walks around with an IV on her arm, which for that reason alone, I believe I'm bumping her up to B. I know I was contemplating C or D. But I think she can drink like a normal person had it not been for the IV on her arm. If the IV was not there, D class with Yuki, like in a heartbeat. But since she has the IV attached to her, as well as Sissela, and her passive, she has what is it? Something like regen when she gets, like, she has health regen, the lower health she has, or something like that. I can't really remember off the top of my head, and that's my fault for not bringing you guys the facts here. But with those like things around her, I believe she can drink like a normal person, because that IV is hydrating her. The IV is constantly hydrating her. Her body is staying hydrated throughout the drinking process. And I believe, like, with that IV hydrating her, it's diluting the alcohol in her system, and it's not getting her as drunk as it would. So she's able to drink twice as much before feeling those effects, which is why without the IV, I'd put her in D tier, because I'd say 1 to 2 drinks, she's done. But the IV hydrating her, 4 to 5 at most, and then she's starting to feel it. That was a hard one. Sissela was a hard one. Sissela was harder. Chiara. Oh my god, this one's another sorceress. But this sorceress, I'm gonna have to put in normal tier, B tier. She kind of has the dark magic that we were talking about earlier with Hyejin, but Hyejin is a human. Chiara, I feel like, is not necessarily all human, which gives her that little bump up. But also, like, she has a very small stature as well, so that's gonna lower her. I think with the magic and possibly not being completely human, correct me if I'm wrong, I would have put her in A tier, but the small stature definitely bumps her down to B tier, where she can drink with a normal human being. Now, Adriana definitely going A class. like A class. She's around gasoline all day, which means she loves to wind down at the end of the day with some drinky drinks. I'm sure she drinks like there's nobody's business. And she also probably does that thing where she pours alcohol in her mouth, spits it out, and puts it on fire by herself. You know what I mean? So for those reasons, we're putting Adriana in A class. She can definitely hold herself. She's a badass in all senses of the word. And I think actually we're gonna have to put her above Asol. We're gonna put Adriana above Asol because I believe she can outdrink Asol on any given day. Like it is not an event in question here. If they were to drink the same amount, Adriana would not get drunk first. Hardcore, definitely. Shoichi. Remember when I said that we were going to give you that little spice of life down here? Shoichi's going in D tier. I believe Shoichi is kind of the same situation as Yuki, where he just can't handle his liquor. I believe Shoichi definitely has drinking more in his life than Yuki, but not to the point where he gained tolerance from it. Shoichi's definitely one of those guys that like walks around and is like, oh, I can no. Yeah, give me 2 more shots. And that second shot, done, absolutely done. I truly believe he loses his glasses at every party, guaranteed. Loses his glasses at every single party he goes to. And for those reasons, we're gonna put Shoichi in D tier because I truly don't believe that he can handle his liquor at all. I believe one of those like he's a White Claw drinker. That's what Shoichi is. Shoichi likes White Claws. Shoichi likes White Claws, but after 1 or 2 White Claws, he's already feeling like he's got to sit down on the couch and he's like, "Fuck, where are my glasses? God damn, I lost my glasses again." Oh my god. Sylvia, normal. Like Sylvia is just a normal chick. Her small stature, gets her a little drunk faster, but she's a race car driver. She's a motorcyclist. Like she's a little badass. Sylvia's dope. Sylvia's awesome. So I believe I put her in B tier. She definitely drinks. She can outdrink me for sure. That's not anything in question. But definitely Sylvia can handle her liquor just like any other person. So I'm putting her in a B tier with the rest of these folks. Who's next? Emma. Emma, I put in C tier. Here's my reasoning. If we were all knowing, right? She's a magician. So I believe if we were having a competition on who can drink the most drinks, right? Emma would win because she would use her magical abilities to pretend to take the shot, make the shot disappear, but never having it actually like touch her mouth or like go into her digestive system. Like that would be her thing. But if we're all knowing and we're seeing that Emma is not actually drinking those drinks, and if she actually drinks her drinks, I put her in C tier. If she's actually drinking her drinks, she's got like 3 to 4 drinks at most. But if she's using her magic abilities, and we're just counting how many drinks they're drinking, I think she's going up. I think she's going up to like A tier if we're just counting drinks. But like I said, we're all knowing. We see the ruse that she's putting on, and if she's actually drinking these drinks, she's not putting them away like anybody else above her. And for that reason, we're actually going to put her at the bottom of C tier because she definitely cannot handle her liquor. I'm not saying she definitely handles her liquor more than Yuki and Shoichi. That's facts. Lenox, I'm gonna have to put B tier. Lenox definitely B tier, because she's just a normal chick. She definitely goes to Wednesdays, wind down Wednesdays, like 100%. You can find her downtown at wind down Wednesdays, buying the $20 pass. To get as much wine as possible. She's like 1,000% a wine drinker. Actual hard liquor is not in her direction, and she's one of those people that is like, if I have tequila, you're gonna find me walking on my hands down the stairs at 3 o'clock in the morning, that kind of thing. So I definitely think she's one of those people that solely drinks wine and gets messed up after a bottle. I'm gonna say a bottle because it's easy to down a bottle. So I'm putting her in B tier. solely because of that one bottle limit. You know what I mean? So Lenox definitely beats here. Rozzi, girl. Rozzi can drink, yo. That I'm not saying anything other than that. Rozzi can drink. She could drink any of these people under the table. Now, will I say that she's better than the other four up here? I believe she can be better than Asol, but I also think they're kind of at like the same level when it comes down to drinking abilities. Rozzi's just a badass. Rozzi, like everybody here knows Rozzi. Everybody loves Rozzi, and you can find her definitely at the party doing Edward 40 hands, right? Because she's got the dual pistol. She's used to working with both hands when it comes down to pistol work. So you can definitely find her at a party. Bow, Edward 40 hands, drinking out of both hands, bada bing, bada boom, and chugging her way. This is why I'm putting her in A tier. She's very close. I would say she's closer to S tier than like Aya. Well, not Jackie. I have it over Jackie. She's definitely closer to S tier than like Aya and Adriana, but not closer than Jackie. So for that reason, but I also think in A tier, she's pretty much even with all of these people. So for that reason, we'll put her in the middle. We'll put her in the middle of this one just because I believe she's actually even with everybody in this level. But you can definitely find her at a party, double drinking it up, yo, 100%. We'll see Rozzi doing that. Who's next? Luke. Luke. Luke is an interesting case. We know he's a janitor. And we know he works with a lot of cleaning products, but he also looks like he enjoys his job and enjoys what he's doing. Luke is definitely a bigger guy too. So if we take that into account, I was going to put him in normal beats here. I think if Luke definitely can handle his liquor like a normal person, and for that, we're going to put him at the top of B tier, not so much A tier. These guys up here can drink. These guys up here can drink, and I believe Luke can drink too, but just slightly less than A tier drinkers. You know what I mean? But we're definitely putting him at the top of B tier for that reason. He's just a normal dude, cool guy, nice little janitor, loves his job, so he doesn't really like find it stressful to the point where he's going home and drinking every day. I believe he likes drinking recreationally, and for that, he can handle it. He has it every once in a while, and he's able to handle his liquor. Ooh, drop something. Who do we got? We got Cathy and Adela left. Cathy is interesting. Cathy has a stressful job. Cathy has a very stressful job. So I think she drinks. She definitely can hold her own. But in the sense of A tier, we're putting like in the 8 to 9 drink category. Cathy's a hard one. She's also tiny. And I think Adela, we're gonna skip Cathy for a second. I gotta think on that for a little bit longer. But Adela, definitely C tier. Adela's definitely C tier, but I would put her above Emma in terms of C tier here. Adela C tier definitely because she is that chess nerd. She's the Queen's Gambit. The Queen's Gambit. And until she reached that point in her life where she was stressful, she started drinking. But in Adela's case, I don't believe she ever hit that level of stress. She's a genius. She's an amazing chess player. So I truly believe that Adela did not go through that phase that the lady from Queen's Gambit did. So in this case, I'm putting her in C tier because after like 2 or 3 drinks, I can beat her in chess. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely Adela. Adela's definitely C tier. She cannot handle her drinks. And with the thought process here, I'm going to put Cathy in. Cathy's a strange one. Cathy's a hard one. I'm gonna have to put Cathy above Zahir here. I believe when we're looking at everybody here in terms of hard liquor, I believe we're making a switch here. We're making a switch here. I believe Cathy can outdrink all these people right here. All of them. All of them. I'm putting her in A tier because I thoroughly believe that Cathy can outdrink. Cathy is that person at the party where they started drinking at 12 p.m. It's currently 8 p.m. And she's fine. She's just sitting there casually having a conversation with people, talking it out. Someone's like, hey, is everybody drinking? Is everybody taking shots? She's like, I'll take another shot. Why not? And everybody's like, yo, how many shots have you had today? And she's like, 20. She's the underrated drinker. In all of this, I believe Cathy is the underrated drinker, and I'm bumping her up to the top of A tier. She's not God tier. She's definitely not God tier when it comes down to Xiu Kai and Dailin. But for this reason, I believe Cathy is that underrated drinker. The person at the party where everybody's just like, oh, you can't outdrink me, and she's like, I mean, we could see. And then she just mollywops everybody under the table when it comes down to drinking ability. I believe that is Cathy herself. She just has that aura about her. And then she goes to work the next day and performs surgeries like nothing happened the night before. Nothing at all. And for that reason, I'm definitely putting Cathy in the top of A tier because she's definitely not God tier. She cannot handle her own like Xiu Kai and Dailin can. But I believe truly and thoroughly that Cathy can outdrink all of these characters under the table in an instant. Is that everybody? Oh my God, Nadine. We missed Nadine. Hold on. Right? Is that the only character we missed? How did we miss Nadine? How do we miss Nadine? Nadine's going in the middle of B tier. Right under Rozzi. Here's the thing. Nadine has spent a lot of time in nature. Nadine has spent a lot of time in nature. Her thing is the hunt, which means she's spending a lot of time out in the wilderness. I can see her being one of those people that makes her own alcohol. Like she definitely has her own moonshine somewhere. She has a little cabin that makes moonshine. That way, when she's in the middle of a hunt, she can stop there, drink her moonshine, and go. And for that reason, that bump, like she has the tolerance of a champion because she's drinking straight moonshine. Like, no one else that I know can drink straight moonshine and be okay after 1 cup. And 1 cup of moonshine I put at like 6 to 9 range of like regular hard alcohol. Moonshine's not a good thing, man. But definitely Nadine can hold her own. I'm putting her in the A tier list along with I was about to say A tier is full of the ladies, but no, Asol definitely at the bottom there. But yeah, no, Nadine solely for that reason. I truly believe she has her own moonshine cabin. And for that reason, I'm putting her in the middle of A tier under Rozzi. Because like I said, Rozzi's double chugging. Rozzi's double chugging. I don't put it past Rozzi that she could drink everybody here under the table. But definitely Nadine can also do the same thing. And the difference between Nadine and Adriana here is vast. But I still believe these two are A tier worthy. And with that, it looks like we've got everybody. Awesome. Yo, this is the list. This is the only this is the only Eternal Return tier list that you guys need. And this is how many drinks will it take for each of these characters to get drunk. Like I said, Dailin and Xiu Kai definitely God tier on this list. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed that content. Be sure to hit that like button, press that subscribe button, and hit the little bell right next to it to get notified whenever we drop a brand new video. And this is going to be the first of many. In doing this tier list, I really enjoyed doing it. So I can see myself doing more of these. So in the comments below, if you have any random characteristics or random things that you want me to make a tier list out of, be sure to put it in the comment section below, because that's going to be a lot of fun. That's definitely going to be a lot of fun. But this is the first of many. This is the first of many random tier list creating that I'm going to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any changes that you want to make to the tier list, let me know in the comment section below as well. I would love to get your opinion on how well you think these guys could drink if they're all in the room together. But other than that, guys, I'm JD, aka Super Abstract. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Take care.